Previously on Divorce Court.
I'm here because I need answers before my baby is here. My fiance has a drug addiction, he's a cheater, and if he can't pass the lie detector test and the drug test, then I'm gonna leave him.
The addiction sort of hit rock bottom during this whole incident of an overdose.
They took him to the hospital and he wasn't waking up. He ended up waking up and he panicked and he tried to escape. He promised to get cleaned in, but a couple weeks later, I found half a Xanax pill in the bathroom, so I knew he was still taking them.
This addiction has led to money problems.
I let him use my debit card. I see a whole bunch of Cash App transactions, like $700.
Wow. $12.30, $30, $12.30, $20, $12.30, $30. So, Mr. Pennington, you were stealing.
His friend said that he was still buying drugs at that time. I've also had suspicions of him cheating. I started going through his phone, and I seen that he was texting his ex-girlfriend.
It wasn't an ex, it was just a friend.
You look dumb hitting me up with a blah who's not yours. Oh.
That's not the only times. So there was another time we were in the bed and I have a big, a king bed. And so I was on this side, he's way over there on the other side, just all in his phone. And I noticed, I was kind of like, okay, why aren't you paying any attention to me? So, but I didn't say anything. I just watched. So I see on his phone, there's this thing you can do. You can change the theme of your chat. So it was pink with hearts. So I knew, and I could see that from across the bed. I could see it's a girl. I know it's a girl because it's pink with hearts. So I didn't even say anything. I waited till he fell asleep.
That's what they do.
And I went through his phone.
Inspect a gadget.
So I used his fingerprint because he changed his passcode. So, and I got into his phone and I looked at the messages and he was texting this girl. I thought that it was his brother's girlfriend, but I'm reading the messages. They're talking about sex, being flirty. I believe he said he loved her.
I'd like to see these messages.
I submitted evidence.
I'd like to see the messages. Blank around and punish you by you for a whole night straight on God. You're gonna have me running, give me until I cry. Oh, they're definitely having sex talk. I'm gonna hold you down, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, baby, I believe you for real and never had that. We need to get a hotel for the night. Yes, baby, for real, you get the room and I'll get the bottle and the perks. I know that's you. Oh, say no more, baby.
He thought he was gonna.
First of all,
I'm listening.
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor. My brother was using my phone. And let me explain.
Excuse me, I want to hear this. Go ahead, Mr. Pennington.
My brother was recently released from jail, and somebody hacked his Instagram. So I let him use my Instagram to text his girlfriend on. I told him to select a theme so I'll know that this is your girlfriend. Because every theme can't have the same one. So I just told him he can use my phone to text her if he wants to. I'm being nosy. I'm just bored at her house. Okay, I'm being nosy. I want to see what they've been talking about.
There's more evidence, though, in the text messages, what you said to the girl. You basically said you loved her.
Okay. Wait one second, sir.
That was my brother's girlfriend.
Wait 1 second. You mean to tell me there are more text messages? Let me see.
Yes, I believe, yeah.
I'd like to see what we're talking about. Audio call ended. That means there was a phone call in between.
Right.
So we now know if that's the brother's girlfriend, you've had a conversation. Okay. I love you. I love you. You be making me blush like a, okay. LOL, be blushing sometimes too. We meant for each other. That's how I really feel. I ain't felt this way in a while. Like you make me, for real, want to be loyal, and I know it sounds bad, but I ain't been loyal to anyone in over 3 years.
Ain't that crazy?
Mr. Pennington?
I know how he talks too, and that's, I know how he texts, and that's him.
Mr. Pennington?
I'm sticking to what I said because it's the truth.
You're sticking to it?
Yes, ma'am.
That's your story, and that's the one you're sticking to. No wonder Ms. Carver wanted some answers.
Right.
Because I would want some answers.
I understand.
I definitely want some answers. But Ms. Carver, you had a two-part, what you requested for this court. You said...
A lie detector and a drug test.
Because you don't believe that you can build a future with somebody who is continuing to take drugs when you...
I have a baby, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
No matter what, my baby's getting bigger. I'm 30 weeks today, and he's coming. So, and it's a boy. So I want him to be like my dad, how my dad raised me. You know, I didn't have my mom. I don't want him to see the things that I had to see growing up, or even the things that I've been through recently, you know?
I agree with you.
So I have to change for the better. I have to. It has to be some point where we do better, and we don't fall backwards, keep moving forward, progressing, not degressing.
I know, Ms. Carver, for you, continuing to take drugs is a problem for you, and you have made that very clear. Mr. Pennington, are you clean and sober now?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been clean and sober?
6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
Okay. And you know that we did a drug test on you.
Right.
And the first thing Ms. Carver wants to know is whether or not you've told her the truth in that regard. Corey, will you retrieve the results for me, please?
Sure thing.
Thank you very much. Mr. Pennington says that he has been clean and sober for 6 months, Ms. Carver. Mr. Pennington, prior to coming to court today, you were tested for marijuana, opiates, cocaine, and methamphetamines. According to the drug test, the results reveal that you tested positive for marijuana and opiates. Weed, you're still smoking.
Yeah.
And you're still taking some form of an opiate to mask some sort of pain. So that clean and sober claim
You lied.
is not the truth.
No, I basically didn't lie. Maybe
Talk to me.
it's the Suboxone strips that I take. I guess that they pop up as opiates too when you take a drug test.
You know, I need you to understand what getting clean and sober is. So I really wanted to bring somebody in here. I was hoping that this would come back negative. But regardless of being negative or positive, I think you need some help, young man, in this regard.
Yes.
So I've actually asked an expert to join us so that they can help you understand what addiction looks like and how to deal with it. Dr. Gunn, I need you to say what steps Mr. Pennington needs to take to ensure his own safety.
You need to surround yourself with family, trusted friends, mental health professionals.
We're not talking about just kicking it with your regular boys that allowed you to do drugs. That's somebody that you need to cut out of your life.
Period.
Will you ask the expert to join us, Corey?
Sure thing. Ma'am?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi,
Will you please state your name and your credentials for the court?
my name is Dr. Valerie Gunn. I am a licensed clinical social worker. I also hold a doctorate in counseling psychology.
And so, Dr. Gunn, I submitted to you some of the preliminary facts of this case, and I asked you to also listen to the testimony. You now know what the results of a voluntary drug test have revealed, that Mr. Pennington in some way still has drugs in his system.
Right.
And he has admitted to be taking some form of, tell me the name of the drug again?
Suboxone.
Suboxone, that can in fact show up as an opiate. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, I'm glad to know that. So
Okay.
you can understand, Ms. Carver. Dr. Gunn, Mr. Pennington also has some marijuana in his system. Mr. Pennington, have you smoked weed
Yes.
in these last 6 months?
Yes, last 6 months.
That is considered a drug for the purpose of a drug test, just so you know.
Right.
I'm gonna turn this over though to Dr. Gunn, because Dr. Gunn, I need you to say what steps Mr. Pennington needs to take to ensure his own safety. Because at this point, I'm afraid for him.
Right, I am too. I think it's important for Mr. Pennington to know that creating a balanced lifestyle is needed. This can be done in the form of you having exercises, you doing hobbies. Do you have any hobbies?
Yes.
Creating hobbies, healthy hobbies. Also being mindful and using mindfulness techniques. You need to also surround yourself with a group of people such as family, trusted friends, mental health professionals, people who can provide you with emotional support as well as hold you accountable.
So, Dr. Gunn, we're not talking about just kicking it with your regular boys that you used to hang with or kicking it with the friends that you went to school with. If those were the people that you kicked it with and allowed you to do drugs,
Right.
that's somebody that you need to cut out of your life.
Period. And I know that you know who those people are. So when you're hanging with those people, what you're saying is, this is where I want to be, and this is what I want to continue to do. So you need to hold yourself accountable as well.
Right.
Okay?
Can you suggest practical steps for Mr. Pennington to try to avoid a relapse? You know, I like a little 1, 2, 3.
I think the first thing is to know yourself. What triggered you to want to use drugs? What triggered you to do these negative things that you're doing that will affect you and your family? You should also know that you need structure in your daily life. You don't lollygaggingly go through life and just see an old buddy and say, let's hang. No, we don't, because I know what I'm doing between the hours of X and Z. And so we're not hanging with old buddies, right?
Right.
Because that is an old behavior.
Yeah.
Continue to rely on your self-reflection and what your needs are, okay? In order to stay clean and sober.
Okay.
Dr. Gunn, sometimes people need that strength that they've never heard before. Would you be willing to help Mr. Pennington start his path?
I am willing, but I want him to also be willing to not lie to himself and be upfront and be for real. Right. And I'm a little tough, but I'm tough because drugs is a tough situation. And you have a baby now, and so people are gonna hold you accountable. And whatever you're doing in your home, it can trickle out into the environment, and you do not want your child taken from your home because of your use of drugs.
I understand.
Fair enough. Dr. Gunn, I thank you so very much. Mr. Pennington, the court will order some initial therapy with Dr. Gunn if you're willing to do it.
All right.
And that will allow you, Ms. Carver, also to be a part of this strategy for helping your fiancé get clean. Will you both accept that?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Dr. Gunn, I appreciate it.
Thank you
very
so
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's one level.
I appreciate that, really.
Yes, ma'am. Because no matter what you all decide to do for your relationship, Dr. Gunn is correct. The baby is going to need the two of his parents. It's either going to be together or as co-parents. But the one thing is not going to happen is you're not going to be having and doing drugs around this baby. Am I correct, Ms. Carver?
Yes, ma'am.
So we're putting some things in place so that you can get clean. And I need you, young man, to follow through.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like us to bring in our polygraph expert. Have you had sexual contact with anyone else other than your partner in the past 3.5 years? What was Mr. Pennington's answer?
His answer was no.
What did the test results indicate?
Polygraph examination results indicated.
Now, let's get to the lion. In order for us to even know if this is a possibility of you being together, I'd like us to bring in our polygraph expert so that we can at least start at a foundation of truth. Is that fair?
Okay.
Is that fair?
Fair.
Let's ask the expert to join us.
Yes, ma'am. Sir.
Good day, Your Honor.
Good day, Mr. Yarbrough. Sir, will you please state your name and your credentials for the court?
My name is John Yarbrough. I'm a certified polygraph examiner, also a member of the American Polygraph Association, and I've conducted hundreds of polygraphs for numerous law enforcement and other public safety agencies across the state, as well as professional and private polygraphs.
Thank you so very much. I've found you on numerous occasions to be more than qualified to provide services to this court. I find so today. Mr. Yarbrough, I asked you to put 3 questions to Mr. Pennington, who voluntarily submitted to a polygraph performed by you and your company. Question number 1. We asked Mr. Pennington, during the confrontation about texting your ex-girlfriend, Sasha, did you engage in any sexual conversations or contact with her that you did not disclose to Chloe, the plaintiff? Is that correct?
No, ma'am. I had to modify that question. Question was really two separate questions.
Yes, sir.
One was sexual contact and one was sexual conversation. So I actually created another question to incorporate both of those concerns.
Will you tell me what the new question was?
Well, the question was, during that conversation about texting your girlfriend, Sasha, have you had any sexual contact with her that you did not disclose to Ms. Carver?
What was Mr. Pennington's answer?
Mr. Pennington answered no.
And what were the test results?
The polygraph examination results indicated there was no deception indicated to that question.
Yes.
Okay.
Question number 2. We asked Mr. Pennington, during the period when Chloe confronted you about the Instagram messages with the woman you were flirting with, did you engage in any physical or sexual contact with her?
That is correct.
And what was Mr. Pennington's answer?
His answer was no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination results indicated there was no deception noted to that question.
So,
Okay.
Mr. Pennington told the truth in terms of those pink flirty messages. They were probably for somebody else. At least we know that you didn't engage in sexual contact. We asked Mr. Pennington, however, have you had sexual contact with anyone else other than your partner in the past 3.5 years?
That is correct.
What was Mr. Pennington's answer?
His answer was no.
What did the test results indicate?
Polygraph examination results indicated there was no deception noted to that question.
Okay.
John, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Your services were very welcome today.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Makes me feel a little better,
It should.
for sure.
As Mr. Yarbrough often says, you may have 99 problems, but cheating ain't one. But Ms. Carver, those 99 problems still exist.
Yes.
Mr. Pennington, I'm so glad that you passed that lie detector test, because I don't know if Ms. Carver could be as committed to you and helping you with your sobriety if she could not trust you.
All right.
Now I just need you to get clean.
Mr. Pennington, can you assure your fiancé that this is what you want?
Yes, ma'am. This is what I want.
So I want to hear what you're going to say to her, because you need to tell her.
I really want to work on this. I really want to be here for my son. I want us to have a family. You know I love you. Deep down, you know it.
Okay. I love you too.
All right.
Ms. Carver, you ready to go down this path?
As ready as I'm gonna get.
Yes, ma'am. And I think that's a very honest answer.
Yes.
Because you have one priority right now, and that's bringing that baby boy here safely
Right.
and securely
safely.
and securing his future. And I hope that that can be done with Mr. Pennington together. That would be a wonderful thing for two young people to be able to raise a family together. But if, in fact, you see that your child, his safety and security, your safety and security is in any way hampered by Mr. Pennington not keeping his word and not sticking with his therapy, you know what you have to do, what's in the best interest of the child.
Right.
Okay? Mr. Pennington, I'm going to hold you to your word.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to order that therapy, and I'm going to pray
Okay, thank you.
that you become the young man that we all hope you can be.
Yes, ma'am.
That's my
Thank you,
verdict.
Your Honor.
Good luck with the baby.
You gonna start going to counseling?
Yeah,
We're gonna go together?
Yeah, we're going to go together. Might as well go together. If we don't go together, then...
We have to go together, yeah.
Right.
I know it's a work in progress, and I'm here for you.
Yeah. You
Do
better
everything, okay?
Be, you better be.
I am.
Better be. Like, girl.
Forever,
You know I
ever.
was finna cover up that.
I'm glad you passed the test,
You know I did.
so I know for sure.
Made in Georgia.